Hello everyone watching us at home. Welcome back to the eToro live studio from TNW 2019. My name is Jessie and I'm really happy to have Olivier with me today, who is a professional trader on eToro. Olivier, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Thanks, eToro.
My pleasure. So is it your first time here at the TNW conference?
Exactly, yeah. Also, my first time in Netherlands.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How are you finding it? You enjoying it so far?
Yeah, it was great. I took the ferry, I walked on the streets yesterday and this morning, so it was very pleasant, like London style.
Good, I'm glad. So, you are a professional trader on eToro. Before we get into the nitty-gritty about trading and all your insight and advice, first of all, tell me, how did you get into trading?
Nearly since the beginning of my life, I start have interest in the finance, managing money,
Okay.
in order to be independent myself and to be a boss. So I did a study at the University of Finance, and then I start to create an investment club group with my colleagues. And then that's the way I start trading like every day. Then after the university, I opened a trade account, and then I was starting to trade on stocks and then on currencies.
Okay, so you're a professional trader, which I imagine means it's your full-time job, right?
Right, yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about that. What does it mean to be a pro trader?
Okay, it means spending a lot of hours every day in front of the computers, getting information, analyzing the graphics,
Okay.
because what I trade currencies like euros, dollars, GDP cable, and also the place in Asia, in the US. So we analyze a lot of data. We have feedback from many websites like newspapers and televisions, to get fundamental information and technical information.
Okay.
Then I work also with my partner for more than 15 years, Sebastian, and together we discuss a lot about the strategy we want to put in place. And like this, we set up trade during the month. We do 5 to 10 trades, not a lot of trades.
Okay.
But we have developed a specific strategy for eToro, like back in 5 years ago. The strategy mainly is about being at the end of the month in a green territory, meaning making money every month.
Okay.
Not having losing months, negative red months. So that's why, since we start in real account with eToro in January 2017,
Okay.
like 2 years and a half now, we have more than 28 months in green
Oh, cool.
with positive returns, and we didn't have any losing months.
That's really interesting. So you actually spend more time analyzing the data to make a decision than you do trading, right?
Yes, it's nearly 80% of the time getting the right information, waiting for the right moment before to enter the trade, and then we have what can be the biggest part is to manage the trade in order to be positive and return at the end of the trade.
So it's not
Closing the trade.
It's not a 9 to 5 job, I can tell already. It's
Yeah.
constantly watching
And
the
we
market.
are working all over the clock, so it's like 24 hours. We have alerts. We can wake up during the night when there is an event in Japan or in the US. So that's why we work like a team,
Okay.
and we can share different things to be able to focus on everything what can happen in the world.
So you just said that you've been using eToro since 2017 in
Yes.
January, right? So what made you decide to use the eToro platform?
Okay, for many years we trade with our fund, private funds. Then we developed to private investors, but everything was private. So we wanted to expose our job the trading to the public.
Okay.
So we choose like a social trading platform like eToro, and I think the best to be represented is to choose a big company like eToro to make the people appreciate your work. And what is good with eToro is people can also invest their own money into their trading, and they can also copy trade good traders that they analyze their profile. On eToro you can see everything.
Yeah.
Everything is transparent, and so they can copy trade me, and they can exactly have the same return that I have.
Okay. That's interesting because ultimately, so you already have a full-time job, which is obviously analyzing the markets and then looking at when to invest and where to invest. How do you then, on top of that, deal with people ultimately copying what you do? And I guess that comes with a lot of questions, but also a lot of complaining, because if for whatever reason you invest in something and then someone follows suit and that investment unfortunately doesn't do well,
Right.
It leaves you a little bit exposed and vulnerable, right?
Right, you know, it's all about the patient.
Okay.
I have a very big passion for the finance world, for the markets and trading. So I like to share it also. And I like to teach people how to grow in this industry. So it's always a pleasure to answer questions. And when they see my work, they know that I'm professional, that I'm good, and they're expecting from me advices.
Okay.
So I give them advices. Also, sometimes people, I think, don't understand quite a lot about the market, so they easily criticize the work, and they don't know what's going on background, all the analyzing that we manage things.
Sure.
So they need to understand it's real work, and we are not here to play, and we are here to make money. So if we want to make money with us, it's better not to criticize, but to wait at the end of the month, what are the results.
Okay, sure. And do you feel that because people can copy trade you, that you have to have an additional layer of responsibility in terms of what you do?
I think it's the equal responsibility. When I trade for my money, when I trade for my private investors, when I trade for hedge funds,
Sure.
it's the same for me as I trade for a copy trader that put $200 with me, $500, 1,000, or 100K. It's for me. I have the main responsibility doing profits
Sure.
for myself and for other people.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about your portfolio. So we were talking earlier about how you have, is it over 2,000 trades already on eToro, is that right?
I have about 2,000 people that
right.
copy trade me.
Okay.
And I do trade currencies and kind of a little bit of commodities like oil, like gold. And on the currencies, it's all the euro, the yen, and the US dollar, crosses pairs, and making money out of the movements
Okay.
of the economic statistical.
So it's a diversified portfolio, I guess.
Yes, and there is could be a bridge when we will see in the future all the assets I'm trading with. Let's say the euro dollar will soon be available in eToro X platform as a token.
Okay.
So when I think it's all about liquidity, when I will have enough liquidity on token euro dollar X, I will be able also to trade the crypto side of this token.
Okay, because at the moment you don't trade in cryptocurrencies at all, is that correct?
I do it privately,
Okay.
not on public sphere.
Okay, sounds sensible. And in terms for anybody at home watching us, what advice would you give to people that are either looking to start trading, or that are interested in trading, or that are actually already trading? What's your top line advice for them?
There is a lot to say. You can train and teach people for many weeks and months. I think it takes a lot of patience, many years to understand all the parameters of this trading job.
Yeah.
It's a very complex diversification of tools. You need to learn how it's working, how to analyze, and then I think you need a big discipline. You need to be consistency in this discipline, and be patient and be passionate.
Sure, because I think sometimes there's a misconception that trading is just easy money. It's anything but, right? Like ultimately it's a full-time job where you have to constantly look at different data points, different events happening across the world that are going to impact your portfolio.
That's right. It's very easy to buy a share or to buy a currency. The difficulty just start now when you bought it to close it with profit. How do you manage the movements where the movement is against you?
Sure.
When you start the negative side, how you recover the negative side into the positive territory.
Okay, and just like looking into the future, I know that we don't have a crystal ball obviously, but what do you foresee for the markets over the next year or so, or what would you like to see happen?
So what is good now with trading in the financial industry is you don't have to have a vision of the future. You can do whatever you want in the two sides. When the trend is up or the trend is down,
okay.
You can make money out of it, whatever the trend is. So there is a cycle, economic cycle that push the market up. You can make money. When the market is down, when the market is bearish, you can also make money on the bearish side.
Okay.
So you don't have to be only thinking, what can I buy to sell? You can also sell to buy and make money of it.
Well, I've definitely learned a lot from you today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing your advice and your insights. Super interesting. And hope to see you again soon. I hope you enjoy the conference.
Yeah.
And really good chatting to you.
Thank you.
And to everybody else watching at home, thank you very much for watching and stay tuned for more.